guys, hope everybody is well. Just wanted to hop on here real quick and create this video. So I've had several people here most recently ask me, JD, can you go over buying and selling in the multi-parcel fashion by way of auction? And that's what tonight is going to be about. I'm going to go through and we're going to talk about how to buy and then how the selling process works when we are selling a piece of property that has been subdivided and how that works in selling it at auction. And I'm just sharing this on a couple of groups here. So anyone who wants to tune in, they can. First, I see a couple of you tuning in here. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? Just get a thumbs up maybe or something. So I don't want to have to go all the way through this and you guys couldn't even hear what I was saying. I want to share my screen and we're going to go through an example. Okay, I'm seeing some heart comments coming in. So this is super important. First, let me say, when selling a piece of property that's been subdivided, maybe it was 10 acres that was subdivided into 10 tracts, 10 1-acre tracts. The entire idea is allowing buyers to be able to buy a piece of property, a single acre, and you don't have to buy all 10 acres, right? So this is giving you an opportunity now to actually buy a 1-acre tract. Now, at every auction, there's going to be a leaderboard. That's what it's referred to as. And I've got an example here in front of you. By the way, share this video. If you know someone who's looking for some land, this may be an option if they go to a real estate auction where they're selling in the multi-parcel fashion. Now, full disclosure, not every auction company sells it exactly like this, but this is going to get you pretty close. Okay, so here we go. Let's get right into it. All tracts, as you can see here, all tracts will be sold high bidder's choice and will be sold by the acre. Okay, the price will be by the acre. And there's a couple of rules that we're going to go through. Rules are the first line bidder, which is right here, has the right to defend their bid throughout the entire auction. Okay, that's going to be important. And I'm going to highlight that here again as we go through this demonstration. Finally, any combo bidders, anyone who wants to bid on more than one parcel, after we've established a high bid price in this first line, you must increase the bid price by at least 5%. Okay, so we're going to go through that as well. Now, here we go. You can see, let's just assume this is a farm. It was a farm. That is 10 tracts of land. You can see how they've been divided. Tract number 1 is 5.5 acres. Tract 2 is 6.8 acres, and so on. Okay. All 10 tracts are currently available, and the auctioneer will begin the auction. Okay. This is going to start out with saying, making sure everybody has a map, etc. So the auction commences, and it's $75,000, whatever it is. But remember, in this particular example, you're bidding times the acre. So we're going to put up our little handy calculator here and get ready. So here we go. Let's slide the calculator over here just for a second. Okay, we'll move it out of the way here in a minute. But the auctioneer is not going to say sold here in the beginning. The auctioneer is just getting a high bid to establish a baseline here on the first line. Okay, auctioneer starts. Who will start the bidding at $1,000 an acre? $1,000 per acre. Anywhere $1,000. Thank you. 1,000, 1,100. What if it 12? Now 13, 14. Now 1,500. 15, 16. Now 17. What if it's 17? 1,800. 1,800 per acre is what he's asking. He has 1,700 per acre, asking for 1,800. 19, 2,000, 21. Anybody bid 2,100 an acre? Last and final call. I have $2,000 an acre. Last call. We're going to hold it. We have $2,000 per acre. Bidder number 7. You're the high bidder. You have just bid $2,000 per acre. And the auctioneer is going to say, sir or ma'am, bidder number 7, which track would you like? Bidder number 7 says, I actually want 2 tracks in the first line. I would like to have track number 4 and track number 5. Perfect. So remember, bidder number 7 bids $2,000 an acre. So we're going to say 2,000 times tract number 4, which is 5.6, equals 11,200. So let's go right here. We're going to type in bidder 7, and the total amount there was 11,200. As we go through this is going to make even more sense to you. Really, it's going to click to you here in a minute. The important thing is we're going through this now. So when you get to the auction, you're going to really understand how the process works. All right. So he also wants tract number 5. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to do $2,000 times 8.9. Remember, he bid $2,000 per acre. So now that's a total of 17,800. All we're going to do is we're going to come right here. I'm just going to do a little cheat method here, and we're going to go back, and the total there is 17,800. Now, all the while, all other bidders are just kind of watching this unfold. Currently, tracks 4 and 5 is off the board. They're not available. Bidder number 7 has them locked up. The auctioneer may, in fact, say, ladies and gentlemen, is there anyone else here that would like to buy a tract for $2,000 per acre? And maybe some gentleman in the corner raises his card and he says, yeah, actually, I'll take one. I'll take tract 9 and 10. I would like both tracts, tract number 9 and tract number 10. Okay, perfect. Now, sir, what's your bidder number? Your bidder number 5? Perfect. Okay, we're going to come back and we're going to fix these totals here in just a second. I'm just doing this just for the speed of the video. Okay, so we're getting bidder number 5 in. We're going to go 2,000 times 5.8. 2,000 times 5.8. That's 11,600. Okay. Whoops, where'd it go there? 11,000, was it 500? I think so. 11,600. Don't want to short anybody here. So just hang with me. We're just going to update these totals. And now we're going to move right along and go ahead and go to tract number 10, which is 7.4 times 2,000. Again, it's per acre. It's 14,800. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and update that to 14,800. Now, guess what? Tract number 4, 5, 9, and 10, they're off the board. They're not available. So now, all the other bidders, and maybe there's 20 bidders out in the audience. I don't know. They have an opportunity now to bid on tract number 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. Maybe the auctioneer starts it again, or he says, does anyone else want one for $2,000? No one else wants one. Start the bidding at $1,000. $1,000, $1,500, $1,500, last and final call just for the demonstration here. And I'm going to hold it. The auctioneer's not selling it. He's just holding it for $1,500 an acre. Now, for the sake of this video, we're going to say bidder number 1 would like to have tracts 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so perfect. So what we're going to do, we're going to go get these filled in here real quick. Just hang with me. We're going to change this to bidder number 1. Now remember, how much did bidder number 1, how much is he or she paying? $1,500 per acre, right? So let's pull back out our little handy calculator here. We're going to go 1,500 times 5.5. 8250 right here. Some of you are probably doing the math faster than me, and that's okay. Oops. 8250. Now let's do 6.8. 6.8 times 1,500 equals 10,200. Okay. And then let's go to tract 3. You want tract 3 as well. So that's perfect. We're going to go 1,500 times 10.2. It's for $15,300. All right, here we go. The board is filling up fast. As you can see, if you're a bidder, you probably want to get in pretty quick, right? There's only 3 tracks left on this first line. Now, first hand up a lot of times, or it's the backup bidder, whoever bid 1,400. Maybe the auctioneer will go and say, sir, you were the backup bidder. Do you want one for 1,500? And he might say yes. For the sake of this video, let's just assume that he says yes, and he wants track 6, 7, and 8. And he is bidder number 2. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and put bidder number 2 in here. And by the way, he's paying the same amount. He doesn't get it at a discount. Okay. He does not get it at a discount. He is staying with the $1,500. Okay. And right here, bidder number 2. Yeah, normally I'm not copying and pasting. I'm just trying to keep this rolling along because I think you guys get this. 1,500 times, and it was track number 7.2 equals 10,800. It's going to go right here. And honestly, these numbers don't really matter that much at this very moment. Okay, all we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and change these because I want to get to the rest of the video. Perfect. Okay, here we go. Now, guess what? We have all 10 tracks. We have high bids established for all 10 tracks right now. Can everybody see that? Bidder number 1, 7, 2, and 5. You own all the properties right now. Now, at this moment, the auctioneer is done. The auctioneer is not chanting, not 75, 8,000, 9,000, none of that anymore. Now it's up to the bidders. What you're probably going to hear is something like, ladies and gentlemen, if there's anyone here that would like to put more than one parcel together, let me know at this moment. What I'm going to do right now, just for the sake of this video, I'm going to change this guy to bidder number 9 because that's going to be important. Maybe there's only someone here who wants to buy that one track, okay, to keep this demonstration really clean. Okay, now, bidder number 2 has had a conversation with their spouse, and they've decided, you know what? We actually want more land. We actually would like to buy more land. And really what we want is not only do we want 6, 7, and 8, which we already own at this moment, we also want to include tracks number 9 and tracks number 10, okay? Here's the cool thing. Bidder number 2, you only need to raise this particular person by at least 5% and this particular person by at least 5%. And that, maybe let's assume that's what he says. Okay. So here we go. We know the total. It's 11,600. So 11,600 times 5% is $580 raise. So that's all that raise is going to be. And it's going to take it to $12,180. And guess what? Now, bidder number 9, you're out. Bidder number 2 is in the lead. Down here, same thing. Bidder number 2 just moved into the lead. And we're going to do a simple 5% raise. 14,800 times 5%. That's a $740 raise. Okay, so all we're going to do is just add that to that bid. And it's going to take it to $15,540. Now, here we have reverted to rule number 3. Any combo bidders must increase their current bid by a minimum of 5%. Now, remember, they already own tracks 6, 7, and 8, so they don't need to raise their own bid. All right, but they did have to raise bidder 9 and 5. Now we can revert to rule number 2. Any first line bidder has the right to defend their bid throughout the end of the auction. Here's the deal. The auctioneer and his staff may walk over to bidder number 9 and say, well, you've just got outbid. Bidder number 2 outbid you. Would you like to defend your original bid and raise bidder number 2? Well, bidder number 9 comes in and says, yeah, I would. I would like to raise. How much? I would like to raise it by $3,000. There's nothing wrong with that as long as it's at least a minimum of 5%. Okay. In that case, bidder number 9 goes back in the lead. He raises it by $3,000, and it takes the total to $15,180. The staff goes back and talks to bidder number 5 and says, would you like to defend your bid? He says, no, I'm out. I don't want to do that. That was all the money that I had. I have no more money. So I'm out. Okay. So now bidder number 2 currently owns track 7, 8, 9, and 10. You're out on, or correction, and 11. You're out on track number 10. Now, he can think about it all the while. Maybe there's some more decisions being made up in here. Okay. Maybe someone out of the far corner says, hey, auctioneer, I want to buy all of them. I want to buy the whole thing. I want to raise every single track by at least $3,000. Okay, not a problem. We can do that. And your bidder number is 4. So all we're going to do is we're going to type in bidder number 4. He's going to raise them all by $3,000, $11,250. Bidder number 4, you're going to go in at $13,200. Bidder number 4, you're going in at $18,300. Bidder number 4, you're going in at $14,200. Pay attention how this is working. 4, you're going in at $17,800. 2, correction. 4, you're going in at $13,800. So notice he's raising each individual track. That's important that we keep track of it like this, because if the individual bidders come in later, we want to make sure that they understand they don't have to raise more than just one track. Okay, so $20,800. Down here, we're going to go to $18,180. That's bidder number 4 as well. And I didn't do that up here, sorry. Number 4, that's 20,000. Okay, bear with me here just a second. There we go. Type in 4 there. And then we're going to go 4 here, and that's going to be $18,540. Okay. You understand it. 4 is in the lead on all of them. All of them. Currently, bidder number 4 owns the entire farm. However, remember, let's revert back to rule number 2. You have the right to defend. Any first line bidder right here has the right to defend. As you can see, this can kind of go back and forth. All we're going to do is walk over to bidder number 1, ask them if they wanted to defend. And in this case, they say, yeah, we do. And we want to raise it by $5,000. Perfect. So we're going to go to $16,250. Bidder number 1's back in at $18,200. And then bidder number 1 is back in. Actually, you know what? They said we're out on track 3. We don't want track 3. And you can do that. So now they're out on track 3, but they own track 1 and 2. Bidder number 4, you're still in on the rest of the farm. And then maybe bidder number 5 just defends down here. And 5 comes back and he says, I want to raise it by $3,000. That's $21,540. And maybe that's it. Maybe no one else wants to defend. Maybe no one else wants to raise. Bidder number 4 is actually happy. He didn't really want the whole farm. He's okay with losing these 3 tracks. And at this moment is when the auctioneer will say, is all final combos complete? Is everyone done? If so, I declare track number 1 sold to bidder number 1 for $16,250. And if there's a buyer's premium, you have to add that buyer's premium to that total. Okay. Is this making sense to everybody? I hope so. Hopefully you have a little bit better understanding of how this will work. It's very effective and it works really well. As you can see down here, it worked really, really well for bidder number 5, because bidder number 5 had a chance and took that chance and actually won track number 10, 7.4 acres, whereas he or she would not have been able to buy the entire 70-some acres that's here. But they had a chance, they defended, and they prevailed, and they won track number 10 for $21,540. So in this case, we have a buyer number 1, we have buyer number 4, and then buyer number 5. So we've sold it to 3 individuals. We'll do 3 individual closings, and that survey will be filed at the courthouse. Folks, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for joining me. Stay tuned as we do more videos, but primarily this one is how to buy and how to sell using the multi-parcel auction method. Thank you so much. Have a great day.